introduction. The drug problem that plagues this country is not a new phenomenon. This symptom has been manifest since the British colonial era, especially among Chinese laborers who were brought into the country to work in the mining sector. Most of them are opium addicts. Realizing the needs for these symptoms to be contained, the British colonialists draft the Dangerous Drug Act 1952 to control and prevent addiction problem before becoming difficult to control. National Anti-Drug Agency 2006. So, we formed a company called Youth Rights Association with the help of the National Anti-Drug Agency (AADK). With SMK Undang Rembau, we hold a drug-free week event at the school to provide everything related to drug consumption. We also got sponsor from Nestle and Stabilo for this event.
Identify of problem or opportunities. The event was set to inculcate awareness and add knowledge to the school community, moreover the students. In addition, before this event was conducted at the selected school, namely Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Undang Rembau, simple research was carried out to identify what happened, which result in their lack of knowledge and awareness among the 18 students in the school. The findings show that more than half of the student subject, 91.3%, never smoked, but there was student subject 1.3%, someone who has been drugged. However, it was found that there has no significant relation between smoking subject and their parent education level at zero correlation. This means that there is no real line between the subject who smoke and their subject parental level of education. Almost all study subject, 99.8%, have no family member involved with drug addiction. Almost half of the subject, 42.5%, gaining knowledge of drug for the first time through school. Subsequently, 30 student subject, 37.5%, not sure whether teacher has enough knowledge to teach drug abuse topic, while 33 study subject, 41.3%, agree with the knowledge available to teacher. Compared to 5 subject, 6.3% disagree. There were 28 subjects, 35%, who agreed teacher use a variety of interesting methods, and 21% subject, 36.3%, not sure about the statement. However, more than half of the student subject, 45%, teachers agreed to use question and answer session and discussion as method of teaching drug use, while there were 8.8% of the entire subject of the 8 disagree. In conclusion, the analysis found the more studies agree with its statement on the teaching of drug abuse education in school. It can be said that the school drug abuse learning session demonstrate its effectiveness. Analysis of the frequency and percentage of the most important resource that provide information about drug abuse. Subsequently, 43 subjects were also found, 53.8%, 27 subjects, 33.8%, who choose teacher and school. In conclusion, over 50% of subjects choose their parent as the most important source of information about drug use. In conclusion, the analysis found that most of the study subjects agree with its statement on teaching drug abuse learning in school. It can be said that the teaching session on drug abuse in school show their effectiveness. Teacher and student need to play their respective role to that the teaching atmosphere of drug abuse learning is more interesting. According to KHALIL 1963, effective teaching involves teaching control factor and student control. These two factors must go hand in hand to achieve effective teaching goals. Overall, based on the finding of the study, students have a wide knowledge of the result of teaching drug abuse in school. This is in line with Chad and Sona 2003 opinion that today's school is the most suitable place for students to receive information related to factors that make risk to health. Subsequently, 43 subjects were also found, 53.8%, 27 subjects, 33.8%, who choose teacher and school. In conclusion, over 50 of subjects choose parents as the most important source of information about drug abuse.
Okay, now we are going to go to strong case on the objectives of the event. So, number one is specific. Setting specific goals might help overcome feeling of prisoners or inability. This also creates the idea that despite the presence of barriers, they can be overcome. Our main objectives are to provide awareness and increase the knowledge to students and staff in secondary school on how important it is for individuals to know the danger of and harm of drug consumption in their life. Measurable, placing a benchmark on when and what our need to achieve can help us to stay focused and on track. It's tough to determine if students are developing or not if we do not have goals to assess how far we have come without one. We want our event can create awareness among students and staff in secondary school. This goal can be counted as successful if every student and staff participate regardless of race and religion. Every student must engage in all activities to create feasible schedule for achieving our objectives one at a time. Our objectives must be achievable and realistic to be met. This event at least creates awareness among students and staff who participate for 1 week. Achieving one goal at a time motivates people to set their sight on the next. We eventually realized that we have accomplished considerably more than we had expected. Achievable goals, on the other hand, make it simple to prevent feeling overwhelmed. This is not to say that individuals shall set the bar low. Feel free to shoot for the star. However, includes attain milestone that will help you get closer to your overall objective. It's usually simpler for individuals to picture the action they need to follow when they can see ultimate result.
Our target audience would be all students from SMK Undang REMBAU between the age of 30 and 70. This is because we aim to make school a safe and healthy place. The demographic would be students because it is a required part of the school curriculum and focus on providing young people with information about drug, life skills to enable them to deal with various situations without relying on drug, the ability to resist peer pressure to use drug, and a basic understanding of the drug harm. A safe and supportive school environment is made possible by a set of clearly articulated rules and procedures that offer care, counseling, and support for all students while also ensuring a cooperative approach among staff, students, parents, and other professional agencies and the police. Media selection, action or communication. Among the media, we use our newspaper. Due to this event, one of the largest events ever held in any other secondary school, due to the presence of big sponsors Nestle and Stabilo. With the presence of a newspaper company, Harian Metro, we can give more exposure to the community out there. We all know a newspaper contains hundreds of news stories and pieces of information in much greater number than the news staff can gather by itself. Also, a newspaper is designed for family reading for men, women, and children. Its materials is aimed at an audience of varying educational and economic level. Another thing that makes a newspaper great because a newspaper is published daily. The latter is online media, which can communicate information on projects, keep relationships, and exchange ideas through commercial online service. And the global internet is exciting and yet completely unrealized. Homepages around the world offer an incredible opportunity to reach audience with accurate messages from public relations practitioners containing it because the web is not subject to editing by any media gatekeeper. This time, we use social media like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp to inform all students of the event to be done. Methods are faster and efficient as each student is already available with smartphone and internet facilities. Here is the budget to run this event. Has collected a total amount of Rs40 from printed material plus Rs530 for gift and Rs90 for backup for VIP, lead to a total expenditure of Rs660. Thank you to those who provide financial resource, namely the company itself of Rs150, followed by the AADK and the school with Rs100 each of them. And then co-sponsor who made this event a success, namely Nestle with Rs160 and Stabilo with Rs150, with the total amount of financial resource available sufficient to provide everything for aspect.
Evaluation. The tool that we use is a questionnaire. We provide a Google form for participants to respond at the end of the event. Question 1. Based on the question, it shows that 94% of respondents participate as a student and 6% of respondents participate as a teacher. The total number of students and teachers for SMK Undang Rembau is 860 male students, 832 female students and 103 teachers. Question 2. For event usefulness, based on the question, it shows that 100% of respondents very satisfied with our event usefulness. For the time management, based on the question, it shows that 80% of respondents very satisfied, while 20% of respondents just satisfied with our time management. Time management is more than just managing time. This shows that we need to improve our time management by controlling the use of the most valuable resource. For communication, based on the question, it shows that 100% of respondents very satisfied with our communication. For activities, based on the question, it shows that only 60% of respondents very satisfied, while 40% of the respondents vote below very satisfied. This means we should add more fun activity for our event in the future. For venue, based on the question, it shows that 80% of respondents very satisfied. Another 20% of the respondents vote just satisfied with our event venue. This shows that we should improve our venue on an upcoming event to boost respondent satisfaction. Question 3. Based on the question, it shows that 60% of the respondents very satisfied with the overall of our event. Another 40% of the respondents vote for below very satisfied and just satisfied with 20% each. This shows that we should improve our event to gain 100% very satisfied with the overall of our event.
Alright, now we go to invitation of VIPs, which is invitation of card and also invitation of letter. For invitation of card, our event name is Drug Free Week 2021, and this is a very simple design for our card, and that's all. Okay, for the letter is the title is Invitation to the Closing Ceremony of Anti-Drug Week, organized by Youth Rights Association and SMK Undang Rembau 2021. So date is on 22 June 2021 from 7:40 am until 12 pm. And our VIPs is Yang Berbahagia Puan Nurhayani binti Muhammad Noor, District Head of Agency Anti Dadah Kebangsaan, AADK. So we state our purpose here, and also we hope that Yang Berbahagia Puan Nurhayani can consider this invitation, and sincerely from our manager of Youth Rights Association. Okay, for the press releases on the event, as you can see from the slide, we have the logo of Youth Rights Association and the logo of SMK Undang Rembau. For the immediate release, it was 15 May 2021. As you can see from the slide, he mentioned that thank you all for coming for our last day of Drug Free Week 2021 and making this event more beautiful. As always, we could not make an event such as this happen if it was not from your support. And he also mentioned that he thanked to the principal of SMK Undang Rembau, Muhammad Saiful bin Bahrain, for this special venue, and our sponsor for this big event, Nestle and Stabilo, for kindly sponsoring prizes for the raffle. Alright, so he mentioned about drug free week and what it's all about. And lastly, to everyone who has been part of this journey, I will heartily thank you and express my gratitude. As the event manager for this program, I hope that all the activities and knowledge that we get from this program can increase awareness of the problems associated with drug addiction and abuse. Okay, let we see now about the event schedule of this program. Here are from the slide the details itinerary. For the first day, Monday, it's all about opening of the anti-drug week. Tuesday, we have coloring competition for Form 1, 2, and 3. Next, we have poster anti-drug competition from Form 5 and Form 4. Okay, for the Wednesday, we have poem competition Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3. Thursday, we have essay writing competition only for Form 4 and Form 5. On the last day of this program is in the morning, all students and teachers will do aerobics together. Next, we have two recitation from one of the prefect of the schools. Next, we have singing our national songs, Lagu Negaraku and Lagu Negeri Sembilan. Next, we have anti-drug pledge for the students and all the people who will participate in the event. And next, we have anti-drug videos and talks from the speakers. And next, we have event manager speech. Next, we have closing speech from headmaster of SMK Undang Rembau. Next, the prizes are awarded to the winners for the competition. Okay, next we have present the founder, VIP souvenirs and photo sessions. Next, banquet for VVIPs and students. Okay, that's all for our event schedule. Finally, we go to committee members, checklist on duties and responsibilities. Alright, for the event manager, the duties and responsibilities is to organize an event that achieve the intended goals. Alright. Second, organizing the finances for the events as well as the logistic, which is the venue, catering, and etc. Thirdly, organizing a successful event marketing campaign, assuring that on the day of the event, all logistics such as the venue and equipment are in order. Lastly, analyzing feedback and reporting data to determine if the event's aims was met. This is already explained before. And next, we go to assistant event manager, which is to provide direct assistance to the event manager with the execution of all events, to create a visible and accessible management profile across the venue to develop positive relationships and to give support, guidance, and help to all science students. And lastly, attend meeting as needed and take notes if necessary. Thirdly, it is the financial manager of this program, which is to deal with the sponsorship, Nestle and Stabilo, keeping track of event budgets. And lastly, for our manager, the manager is in charge of ensuring that the committee runs smoothly. Meeting must be planned, attended, and run. it must be carried out the committee agreed upon activities, and also to guarantee that problems are handled in a timely and effective ways. And lastly, to effectively explain the organization's goal and mission of this program, and also the vision and mission of the company itself. Okay, that's all for our company events. Thank you.